कुमार स्वामी नायक है गोंगो लिबू लटोका रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की
In the news tonight, Fiji will continue vaccination program. PM commissions National Kidney Center. And Navua businessman faces new charges.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nunn.
Kulabinaka, Fiji. The Ministry of Health is maintaining that the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine is safe and Fiji will continue with the vaccination program. Permanent Secretary for Health Dr. James Fong says all the experts Fiji is liaising with have disputed the decision of some European countries to halt the use of AstraZeneca. Dr. Fong says Austria is the only country that reported incidents of blood clots among recipients of the drug, and other nations have stopped using the AstraZeneca vaccine as a precaution. Kritika Kumar reports.
Dr. James Fong says there is no biological reason why any of the particles of the vaccine will interfere with Fijians' blood clotting system.
With those clotting problems, they were never found in any of our initial studies when they were field testing the vaccines. Clotting incidents occur 1 in a million.
He adds the European Medicine Agency has also disagreed with the decision by European countries to suspend the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine.
One of the things that we all have to be clear about is vaccines prevent severe disease, death, hospitalization. That's where it is very, very strong.
Dr. Fong says vaccine is vital to prevent the spread of the pandemic. Head of Family Health Dr. Rachel Devi says there are existing systems in place to ensure any reaction to the vaccine is reported.
Every individual team out there that goes and notices anything, they report immediately back to us. And if there's anything that's extreme, for example, any hospitalization secondary to the vaccines, any extreme anaphylactic reaction, they should report within 24 hours.
As Fiji continues to use the drug, the Health Ministry is urging Fijians to register online to be eligible for the vaccine. The registration is only for adults aged 18 and above. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The heads of the Ministry of Health today received the AstraZeneca COVID-19 jabs. This includes Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wangainambete, Permanent Secretary Dr. James Fong, and Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Chemesa Tundravu. Other government ministers are expected to get vaccinated in the coming weeks. The ministry has reiterated that the vaccine is safe and Fiji will continue with the program. Fijians with kidney disease will now be able to access specialized nephrology care. This comes as Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama today commissioned the Fiji National Kidney Center in Nandera. Lina Rees reports the center will have a specialist on call at all times, from the screening process to dialysis care to the review of treatment plans.
The Prime Minister confirms that the specialized treatments will be directly subsidized by government to ensure they are available for all Fijians.
Having that expert eye available means patients at risk of developing a serious case of kidney disease can be diagnosed early and receive treatments when they are proven to be most effective. This center will provide dialysis treatment for approximately 40 patients a week, with 180 dialysis sessions, and those services can be scaled up to meet demand, of course.
Center nephrologist Dr. Anis Taid says currently they run 2 nephrology clinics with 20 patients at a time, and they expect this to increase.
In terms of the dialysis center, as of last week we've started to dialyse a small group of patients. So currently on the books are 7 patients, and we'll anticipate over the coming weeks to increase that steadily.
The Prime Minister says there is treatment for different types of kidney dialysis now available in Fiji that include acute, chronic and long-term. Lina Rees, FBC News.
And we now join Lina Rees live from the Ministry of Health. Lina, just how prevalent is kidney disease among Fijians?
Nephrologist specialist Dr. Anis Taid says that kidney disease is a major concern around the world, and it is increasingly becoming more recognized. Now, Dr. Taid says the best statistics that they have estimates that the national prevalence in Fiji is somewhere between 13 to 14% of the general population who have some degree of kidney disease, but 90% of people people within the public are unaware of having kidney disease. Now, this is just because the disease does not result in any symptoms until it is at a very late stage. Now, Dr. Taid has also confirmed the most common cause of kidney disease in the country is diabetes, and the second most common cause is high blood pressure. Edwin.
Nakalina, a 43-year-old businessman who allegedly raped a 12-year-old girl in Navwa in 2018 is back in court facing new charges. The man's not only been recharged for the alleged rape case, but is also facing more charges for a new case and appeared in the Suva High Court this morning. Pranita Prakash files this report.
The fresh charges are assault causing actual bodily harm, criminal intimidation, indecent assault, abducting with intent to confine a person, wrongful confinement, aggravated robbery and aggravated burglary. It is alleged that on 16th February, the 43-year-old and two others wrongfully confined a 30-year-old woman and a 5-year-old child. It is also alleged that he threatened to harm the child with a knife and caused alarm to the woman. On the same day, the businessman is alleged to have indecently assaulted the woman. It is alleged that the man and two others entered the woman's house and stole assorted items valued at over $5,000. The state today asked for 21 days to file information. In relation to the earlier charge of rape, sexual assault, abduction and wrongful confinement of a young person, prosecutors had filed a noli prosequi in September as they were not able to locate the complainant. The state has managed to locate the alleged victim and the businessman has been recharged separately. The matter has been adjourned to the 1st of April. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The defense lawyer for Canadian national Joshua Aziz Rahman, who is facing drug-related charges, has raised objection on the use of Skype and actual evidence during the trial next week. Rahman, who is charged with one count of unlawful possession of illicit drugs, will stand trial from Monday. It's alleged that he had in his possession 39 bars of cocaine, weighing 39.5 kilograms, with an estimated street value of $31 million when police raided his home in Dombati, Nasinu in February last year. Pranita Prakash again.
Joshua Aziz Rahman's lawyer is objecting to the application made by the state to use Skype and adduce evidence from a witness who is in New Zealand and is unable to travel to Fiji due to COVID-19 restrictions. The defense lawyer argues that the trial date was set in November last year and the state had enough time to make arrangements and get the witness to come to Fiji to give evidence. The state said that the witness based in New Zealand will be the last witness who is likely to give evidence for few hours only. He also stated that the witness will give evidence on certain transactions and notes which were found in Rahman's Dombati home related to the alleged drug trade. The High Court will make a ruling on Monday. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Up ahead, heart screening continues. And Fiji explores new wood chip market.
मैं तो दिल्ली में रहता हूँ और रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ.
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
Welcome back. There are more than 125 children with congenital heart disease in Fiji, and 55 of them are in need of surgery. Most of these cases were identified through screening at the Sai Sanjeevani Children's Hospital over the past few months and also through medical camps. Kelly Vadala reports.
The Heart Hospital director says about 1% or 200 children in Fiji are born with congenital heart disease.
On many occasions we have gone out in our medical camps. We've certainly picked up numbers, and in some of the medical camps that we've done in Thailand, the numbers have been high, and we're picking up quite a few cases, maybe 1 or 2 cases of congenital heart disease and the same of rheumatic heart disease as well.
Dr. Krupali Tapu says the percentage of children suffering from congenital heart disease might be higher.
However, with our Children's Heart Screening Centre, we've got more data coming through, and that 1% may actually be a much higher number, even 3 to 5%.
Meanwhile, the intensive care unit at the hospital has been fitted with specialized equipment that runs into the millions. This was done by the American biomedical engineers.
And it's what you guys really needed. Your children, they're suffering, and there's more children out there than people probably realize. And so right now, only a handful is lucky enough to go out and be able to get taken care of.
Teams from the hospital will continue with their community visits this year, particularly in rural areas, to conduct screenings and identify children who may suffer from congenital heart disease. Kelly Vatala, FBC News.
McDonald's Fiji is the first company in Fiji to sign up for the voluntary Zero Waste Ambition program. The Zero Waste Business program will ensure the private sector also join the government's efforts by going waste-free. Dipesh Kumar reports that this is a joint initiative by the private sector, JICA, the Fiji Sports Council and the Ministry of Environment.
The Minister for Environment today launched the Zero Waste Business program in Suva.
A very important day with regard to the quality of environment that we live in.
McDonald's Managing Director Mark McElrath says they are committed to reducing their waste footprint by 2025.
This is an initiative that we've been working on globally with McDonald's. So we've slowly introduced paper straws into Fiji. We've used bamboo cutlery instead of plastic, and this is just an ongoing part of our global commitment to ensure that we can move towards recycled material by 2025.
With the theme Recycle Heroes, the Global Recycling Day this year is aimed at conserving the environment. The Zero Waste Certification program was launched today, and it will ensure that businesses and private sectors manage their waste properly. The Global Recycling Day emphasizes on the need to keep a clean environment. Dipesh Kumar, FBC News.
The Fiji Pine Group of companies has received international interest in wood chips. While we currently export to China and Japan, new markets will mean an increase in production rates at the two wood chipping mills in Fiji. Eleanor Turangaivu has more.
Despite a wood chip price taking a plummet following the COVID-19 crisis, Fiji Pine Group of companies is optimistic its export to China this year will keep the industry afloat.
There's always competitors. We have New Zealand, Chile, with South America and some other parts of the world. We all supply to the biggest importer, which is China. So for Fiji to have this opportunity, so Fiji Pine Group thought to concentrate and utilize this opportunity while there are restrictions in place.
With the pine industry being the only sector currently operational and exporting on a large volume, there is now interest for our wood chips from Southeast Asia.
Malaysia, Indonesia that are interested in the chips, but that gets to be worked out. We discuss further the potentials, and I think it will depend on the volume that they want.
Fiji currently has two wood chipping facilities which are owned and operated by Tropic Wood Industries. They churn out wood chips at a rate of 150 to 180 tons per hour from certified logs.
Tropic Wood Products Limited, we sell our chips direct to China, compared to Gaza, where they sell chips to Japan.
Fiji will be exporting close to 360,000 tons of wood chips to China this year. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
The Wildlife Conservation Society will this year focus on a few areas, including sustainable land use, conservation and agriculture training. This follows the signing of an agreement between the Society and the Ministry of Agriculture. Permanent Secretary for Agriculture Ritesh Das says the agreement will allow them to open doors on development programs for conservation, protection and sustainable management of land-based resources. Das says the Conservation Society will keep the ministry informed on the progress of the assistance and activities or plans under the MOU on an annual basis.
WCS will promote and implement holistic reach-to-reef management, often referred to as ecosystem-based management or integrated coastal management, with local communities at village, district, provincial and national levels.
And Whitney is here with tonight's business report.
Thanks, Edwin. Coming up in Business Tonight, roadside stall to help farmers. A new access road to benefit Anitikoki villagers. Stay with us.
Bola, alang gonoa, ilutoka, lutalita ka ng Bola FM, bertini nambang 2 NSR.
Bola FM, nambang 2 NSR.
A good number of farmers and vendors will benefit from 2 new roadside stalls funded by the Indian government via Ministry of Commerce. Minister for Commerce Fairs Koya says India and Fiji have shared long-standing bilateral relations that has contributed towards nation building. Josiah Nanunga reports.
The $39,063 check handed over this morning will be used for projects that will stabilize financial footing for farmers and roadside vendors.
The agreement to partner and sponsor the construction of 2 standardized roadside stalls comes at a time when we are supporting the Fijian communities and connected to agriculture.
He adds the assistance is timely considering the plight of farmers and vendors who felt the brunt of the pandemic and recent tropical cyclones Siasa and Ana.
The ministry is also currently working on identifying suitable locations to construct 2 roadside stalls.
India's acting High Commissioner to Fiji, Sukanta Sahu, says they will continue to render assistance where applicable.
Be of some help to poor farmers, those who are having nightmares now after this COVID-19, and at least this small contribution of $20,000 US.
91 standardized roadside stalls have been built along the highways in Witilivu and Wonuolevu. Josiah Nanunga, FBC News.
We now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
Good evening. Key releases have kept traders busy throughout today. Stats coming out of New Zealand showed the country suffered a sizable drop in their GDP in the December quarter. The unexpected 1% drop raised concerns of a looming second recession. However, New Zealand's finance minister said the Kiwi economy is resilient and still among the best in the world. On the other hand, Australia's unemployment rate fell to 5.8% in February. The surprisingly large drop provided evidence the Aussie labour market was improving faster than expected. Meanwhile, the US economy is heading for its strongest growth in nearly 40 years. At the conclusion of their 2-day policy meeting today, US Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell appeared confident that they will produce 6.5% GDP growth this year. US inflation is expected to jump to 2.4%, with the unemployment rate forecast to fall to 4.5% by the end of the year. And that's all from your HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Here are the local exchange rates as set early this morning. The Fiji dollar showed gains against the Chinese yuan, the US dollar and the Japanese yen, but was down versus the regional currencies and the euro. On the commodities market, oil prices dropped a little, remaining at over $64 per barrel. Gold rose $17 to $1,750 per ounce, and silver closed up at $26.60 per ounce. People of Anitikoki village in Tailevu no longer have to hire boats to access the road network thanks to a new crossing and access road. 4.2 kilometers of upgraded and newly built road was opened by Prime Minister Vorenke Bainimarama yesterday. Bainimarama said it is all part of the government's commitment to ensure equal access to infrastructure for all Fijians. He adds this is vital if people are to have a fair chance at success and work towards a more fulfilling life.
Farmers can easily access the market in Nosori town quickly enough that the seafood trays stays fresh. You can travel more easily to reach essential services like healthcare and education. If you need to travel for work, that option is open to you.
And that's it from Business Tonight. We now join Tale with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Whitney. Good evening. Ahead in sports, Xavier College dominates Barzone, and Abe Chand gears up for Cheseravundi bout. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm
Ini from Raki Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Imagine being a 16-year-old and losing your dad and stepdad in less than 9 years. That's what happened to Coca-Cola Games sub-junior girls long jump record holder Chawana Vakasombunduru, the 12th student of Singatoka Methodist College, who will be featuring as a first-year intermediate athlete in the upcoming Fiji finals. The pain of losing not one but two special people in a short period of time is quite unbearable, and it gives this young lady more reasons to reign supreme at Fiji's biggest sporting stage.
I want to dedicate this song to my father that passed away last year.
Vakasombunduru, who hails from Kumi village Verata in Tailevu, is determined to do something special not only for her school but for her loved ones as well.
He's always my coach. During the long jump, he's always there. And now, he's not going to be there. So, I was going to try hard to get another gold medal to dedicate to my father.
Today, the Coca-Cola Games gold medalists featured at the Nandronganavosa zone at Lawanga Park, and the meet manager is confident Vakasombunduru and a few others will repeat their 2019 performances.
Those students are still here in the district, in the division, and I think we are trying to get them to achieve a better result than what is in 2019.
The Nandronganavosa zone continues tomorrow. Schools from the Mba Zone competition are aiming to cause upsets during the Coca-Cola Games, as a number of athletes have done incredibly well from yesterday. With a two-day meet held at Churchill Park in Lautoka, competition between the schools were good as they brought out the best in the athletes. Filipine Caso has more.
Schools in the Ba district will be turning up the heat during the Coca-Cola Games following a successful zone meet.
Every year we are sending good team from Ba Zone, and this year we will give our best shot from Ba Zone.
Despite the challenges of two cyclones resulting in major flooding earlier in the year, this has not dampened the spirits of these athletes who are aiming for a ticket to the Fiji finals. One in particular is 14-year-old Kinisimere Savori of Ba Sangam College, who clocked a new time of 6 minutes and 14 seconds during the junior girls 1,500 meters.
My preparation was not that much. When I ran, I didn't decide to came first. I was deciding to came second or third, and I'm now in first.
Another athlete that is excited to take part during the Coca-Cola Games is Caroline Galivere, who also won the sub-junior girls 1,500 meters event. She says her training has paid off.
I always train in the morning for 1 hour, at afternoon too for 1 hour.
A total of 9 schools took part during the two-day Ba Zone, which ended today. Filipine Caso, FBC Sports.
We now join Venina live from Lautoka. Venina, a lot of zone competitions are happening this week, and I understand the Mba Zone ended today. What was the atmosphere like in the West?
Yes, Tali, we've just finished the Ba Zone earlier this afternoon, and again Xavier College has dominated in both the boys and the girls division. Looking at the medal tally in the boys division, Xavier College bagged a total of 30 gold, 18 silver and 16 bronze medals. A.D. Patel College finished second with 7 gold, 9 silver and 9 bronze medals, and Camille Muslim College settled for third with 5 gold, 6 silver and 10 bronze medals. In the girls category again, Xavier College bagged 24 gold, 16 silver and 14 bronze medals. Camille Muslim College did not come close, finishing second with 6 gold, 6 silver and 5 bronze medals. And settling for third is Ba Methodist High School with 6 gold, 4 silver and 8 bronze medals. On the same note, Tale, you can catch all the live action for the Lautoka Zone here at Churchill Park tomorrow, and you can watch it on live and exclusive on FPC Sports Channel on the Walesi platform. Tale.
Thank you, Venina. Coca-Cola Games 3,000 meters gold medalist Lorraine Vunakere has done it again, but this time in the 1,500 meters finals at the Tailevu zone. The 18-year-old Veinunga Tailevu Les scooped the gold medal for Tailevu North College in the senior girls 1,500 meters final at the ANZ Stadium in Suva today. Carlini Tav reports.
Vunakere missed out on winning gold in 2019 in the 1,500 meters, but this time around she has to put in the hard work to get her the win.
I will need to wake up early to train. I am trying my best to win this event.
She is now aiming for gold after finishing 5th at the Fiji finals in 2019.
And I am grateful for the support from my families and coaches, but in order to win, I will need to follow the law of the game.
Also out to make her mark for Tailevu North College is Maikelesi Marama. Marama won gold in the sub-junior 1,500 meters finals today.
I came into this competition with the aim to win, and that is what I was able to achieve. Next on the agenda is the Coca-Cola Games.
Tailevu North College is currently leading the girls division after day 1 of competition. Carlini Tavi, FBC Sports.
Namosi Secondary School is aiming to stamp their mark at the 2021 Coca-Cola Games Girls Division after scooping 16 gold, 8 silver and 7 bronze medals in the Suva Zone 1, which ended yesterday. The school is wasting no time in preparing for the Fiji finals. Veni Narakotonga reports.
It's back to the drawing board for the girls from Nambukembuke.
Our expectation for this year, we have to go back now in Namosi. We have to settle down as a sports committee there. We have to discuss some of the important issues there in Namosi, the sports committee.
Team manager Iombe Leone says teamwork has always been the secret ingredient for the team's success.
We have to focus on our training in every afternoon, and also we have to achieve 100% in our trains.
For the Silver Zone 1 champions, the win motivates them to do better.
Okay, we'll just have to iron out some of our running and field techniques. We have some helpers, external helpers.
Both champion schools will feature at the upcoming Fiji finals due to be held on April 22nd to 24th. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
Fighting against a younger opponent does not faze Abhay as he gears up for a bout against Jesse Ravundi on Saturday night. The 41-year-old will be fighting Ravundi for the first time in the super welterweight contest. Vinina Rakautonga once again.
This veteran fighter will show no mercy come boxing night.
A good fight. I know he's a tough opponent. He's a good and he's young. Because I'm old, everything's okay.
Chan says he will only do the talking in the ring.
This build-up preparation been doing from the last 2 months. Everything has been done. Fit. I'm okay. I'm just waiting on Saturday to come.
Opponent Jesse Ravundi says he is up for the challenge.
I know he's going to be too skinny. He's going to lose a lot of weight. He's going to drain out. And he's going to be too weak. And I'm ready for it.
The fights will take place at Prince Charles Park in Nandi on Saturday. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
The Nandi football team will need to tighten up their defense heading into their third match in the Digicel Premier League. The Green Machine has yet to register a win after 2-2 draw against Nandrongai in their first clash and a disappointing 4-1 thrashing against Mba. Nandi coach Shalen Lal says they are still lacking on the defensive side of the game. Lal is hoping they will slowly pick up their momentum for the rest of the season.
But there's a lot of things that we have to do with the team, especially in terms of our defending now. And of course, it's anybody's game. I'm not disappointed, but a little bit unhappy. But then it's just the second game now. We've got many games to go. With more mature thinking with the players, I think we'll be better in the next game.
Now to play of the day, Nicolas Bashalashvili came from a set-down to defeat three-time champion Roger Federer. The win takes him through the semi-final of the Qatar Open in Doha.
Love 15.
There it is, Basilashvili with the break.
That's it from sports tonight. Coming up in new media, Google facing a big lawsuit. This and more after the break. Mulai here, Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
We're in for more fine weather leading into the weekend. In the west, it was another warm, sunny day. From Pacific Harbour to Suva, a clear, dry day under sunny skies. And in the north, only a sprinkle of rain along the north shore near Lambasa overnight. At sea, 15 to 20 knot southeast winds are generating moderate swells. The next high tide is at 10:15 this evening, followed by low tide at 4:13 a.m. Sunrise is at 6:09. For tomorrow, we can expect another warm, sunny day. And the outlook for the weekend, more of the same. And in Fijian Pulse tonight, we ask, do you feel safe receiving the AstraZeneca vaccine?
Yes, I do feel safe because I'll be feel safe around if I go anywhere else. And the whole way around we will all feel safe.
I don't think we feel safe because it's a foreign element. It's from outside the country.
Right now, I do think that it is unsafe because I've been watching the world news every day, and due to all these opinions from outside of Fiji, there's quite a risk that due to blood clots. So I do think that we should wait.
Yes, it feels safe for me.
And in the world of the weird and the wonderful, the long COVID lockdown in a UK town has seen increasing numbers of roaming packs of wild goats in the streets. The lockdown has allowed the wild goats to wander into populated areas. And recapping our main stories, Fiji will continue the vaccination program. PM commissions National Kidney Centre, and Navua businessman faces new charges. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, should Fiji kava exporters found mixing local and foreign kava have their licenses revoked? Visit our FBC News website to answer. On to our shot of the day, this Yasawairara sunset is one of the main tourist attractions to our beloved Fiji. This photo was sent in by Suliasi Rokomulo. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos. Email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our various social media accounts, including Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. That's your news this evening. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe. Modemanda.
Hi, I'm Asulika and I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.